Welcome to Athletes Corner. I am so excited. You're going to be so thrilled to see who we have on our show today. I'm so excited to have our next guest here. He's a scout with the New York Yankees, a former Major League Baseball player, Mr. Ron Brand. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Bruce. Nice to be here.
I got to ask you, what teams did you play for?
Well, I started with the Pittsburgh Pirates, came up through their minor league system, and then was sold to the Houston Astros and on to the Montreal Expos, where I finished up in 1972.
Position?
What really got me to the major leagues was when I moved to catcher in 1961, and I took to that really well and went quickly to the major leagues after that.
So walk us through the transition from baseball to what you do now as a scout.
As a player all those years, I was a student of the game. I learned everything about it that I could learn. And then as I finished playing, I went into managing and I started teaching younger players. Then I left the game for quite a period and got the opportunity to come back as a scout. And what I do is just evaluate other major league players, which is right up your alley. If you've studied the game, you understand what it takes to do certain things, and I evaluate them and assess whether they would be valuable to us as an organization. Can they play in the major leagues? Can they help us win world championships?
I got to look at your hand here. I noticed something pretty shiny. You got a New York Yankees championship ring. Where's this from?
That's the 1998 World Series. We swept the San Diego Padres. We had the best record right over here. It shows 125 and 50, the best record ever in Major League Baseball for a season.
I'm so jealous. I went to the San Diego Chargers. I thought I was going to get one of those. No such luck.
Well, I wish that I could say that I'd played and won one, but I never did that.
Doesn't matter how you get it. You're wearing one.
Yeah, I'm very proud of them.
Let me ask you, how did you find out about this product, and who brought it to you, and what took place?
Interesting story. Last Christmas, I was in a mall in the food court having lunch with my son-in-law and his two sons. And there was this lady standing near the table, and she was looking over at us. Then she walked up and introduced herself and asked if I was Ron Brand, and I said yes. Just then, Steve, her husband, walked up, and she introduced me to Steve Scott. And I think he noticed my ring, and he said, "Oh, are you involved with the Yankees?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "You need to know about this product that I have." And he told me it was a supplement, and immediately in the back of my mind, I thought, oh, well, okay. But he told me about it and said, you need to try this. And he said, it'll really be a good thing for you. And so I went home and watched the website, and I called up and asked if he would send me some, and he sent me a couple of months' supply, and I started taking the product. Now, I'm going to turn 70 in January, and I'm not able to do the things that I used to do, and I've always been a very active person. So I started taking the Max, and about 3 weeks after I started taking it, I woke up one morning and I just said to my wife, I said, I feel different. I just feel more alert, more ready to go. I'm ready to tackle the day. And I had this aura, if you will, of just feeling better overall. Well, my son and I went out and played 18 holes of golf that day. And I noticed at about the 15th hole, when I'm usually ready to pack it in, I was ready to play. And I even asked him, I said, "You want to play more holes?" And he said, "No, let's go home." So I got home and the phone rang, and it was a guy from the church, and he said, "Can you play with our old men's basketball team?" By old men, they mean 35 to 50. I said, "Well, I'm going to be 7. He said, "That's okay. We just need an extra guy. We're short, and you can just stand around if you want." Well, I went out and I played 2 40-minute full-court basketball games, and being an athlete, if you get in the field of competition, you don't just stand around. I played as hard as I could play, up and down the court, for basically 2 hours, and got home that night, sat in my easy chair and watched the highlights, and fell asleep. Woke up in a few minutes to go to bed, and I was really stoved up, stiff. Everything was sore. And I said, well, this is a test, and I took a pack of Max and went to bed. Woke up the next morning, I wasn't the least bit stiff or sore. I said, man, this is it. I got on the phone and called Steve, and I said, this stuff really works. I said, this is amazing. And it's been that way on down the line. I could tell you so many things that I've noticed, little things about, you know, the aging process, and I've basically made the statement, it changed my life.
Now, Ron, you mentioned you worked with the scouts. How about the players? How about the players that are current? Have you ever mentioned this product to them?
Baseball's a unique sport. You play every day, compete every day, and your body takes a tremendous beating, not to mention the mental stress of playing every day and being so scrutinized by the press and everybody and the fans and everything else. And so it's a grind. And once this is okay for the players to take, you're going to see a mass consumption of this product because it does the job.
I think you're going to see that across the entire sports world.
I think so too.
Ron, thank you so much for being with us today. I appreciate it. I still am jealous of that ring. Thanks again.
You should be. It's great to be with you, Bruce. Thank you.
Take care.